Good morning, Year 4. Today we're going to continue looking at 2D shapes and we're moving on to quadrilaterals. So we are going to name and classify quadrilaterals today for our destination, and our anchor task is to identify them. And we have some new vocabulary in the middle here. So first of all, I'd like you to pause the video and think about what you know already about quadrilaterals. So very similar to yesterday with our triangles, what do you know already? Pause the video and make a mind map or a list in your book. Okay, so a quadrilateral is a 2D shape. All of its sides are straight. It's a four-sided shape. We know it's four sides at all times because of the word quad. The word quad means four, so it's a four-sided shape. And all the angles add up to 360 degrees. So in this case, this is a rectangle. Each corner is 90 degrees because we can recognise that these are right angles. So they would add up to 360 degrees. Okay, so continuing with our anchor task. Now we have reminded ourselves what a quadrilateral is. Can you now circle all the quadrilaterals on your sheet? So thinking about what a quadrilateral is and identifying them from these shapes. Pause the video and complete this now. Okay, so we have a quadrilateral here and here, this one, this one, this one, and this one. So any shape that is four-sided is a quadrilateral. Well done if you got those all correct. Okay, so let's go into a bit further detail about those different quadrilaterals. So first of all, we have a square, and we all know lots about squares already. We know that the sides are all equal, that the angles are all equal because they're all corners or right angles, so they're all 90 degrees. And we know that all of the opposite sides are parallel. So this side here is parallel to this side because if they continued forever, they would never meet. And the same with the top line and the bottom line. Then we've got a rectangle. Okay, the opposite sides are parallel again, so top and bottom, left and right, and every angle is a right angle. Okay. These two sides will always be the same length, and so will these two sides here. Then we've got a rhombus. A rhombus has four sides of equal length, so very similar to a square. The diagonally opposite angles are equal. So this angle here is equal to this angle here because they're both acute angles, and these two angles are obtuse and they would be the same number of degrees as well. So we have two angles which are acute and two which are obtuse, and the opposite sides again are parallel. We've also got a parallelogram. Now a parallelogram is a bit more like a rectangle that's sort of slanted, and it has two pairs of equal parallel sides. Diagonally opposite angles are equal again, similar to a rhombus, and two acute angles and two obtuse angles. Finally, we've got a trapezium, and a trapezium has one pair of parallel sides, and that's it. That's its only property. So now we know all of this, you've got two small tasks to complete. Tick the polygons and circle the quadrilaterals. So remember from yesterday, a polygon is a 2D shape that has three or more straight sides. And then we've just learnt what a quadrilateral is. So ticking the polygons and circling the quadrilaterals. And then finally, I want you to think about these shapes here at the bottom, and I want you to tell me how many sides you think they have and how many angles you think they have. Okay, so pause the video and complete this now. Okay, so when we are completing the first task, we are circling the quadrilaterals. So this is a quadrilateral here, it's a rhombus, then we have a square, and a rectangle. So we've circled the quadrilaterals, and then we are looking at ticking the polygons. So this isn't a polygon, it's got one side that's rounded. This is, yes, 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 and it isn't, because again it's one curved side. Now, what you might have noticed with your second task is that a rhombus has 4 sides. It also has 4 angles. A pentagon, 5 sides and 5 angles. A trapezium, 4 sides, 4 angles. Have you noticed a pattern? You will have noticed that the number of sides they have is the number of angles they have, and so on. So well done if you noticed the pattern here. Okay, so for your silver task you are completing questions 1 and 2. For gold, questions 3 through to 6. And for your platinum, you have 3 reasoning and problem solving questions, as you do every day.